Welcome to LaughNapkin. Today I have 3 stories from r/EntitledParents featuring a bonus story from r/Nuclear Revenge. If you're a fan of these Reddit stories, consider subscribing as I put out new videos daily. Now let's get to it. That one time my aunt made my birthday all about her spoiled brats. It was my 10th birthday, so it's been a while. I am 30 now. Thus, I obviously can't remember who said what. So I'm just going to describe what happened. EA entitled aunt. SC1 spoiled cousin 1 about 1 year younger than me. SC2 spoiled cousin 2 about 1 year older than me. So my 10th birthday was coming up and my mother invited her sister and her 2 sons to our house. They would stay for about a week, and as usual, they saw our house in this small rural village as some sort of holiday resort. They were living in a city. This was bad enough already, as we had to withstand comments like, "Oh, that fresh country air. It surely has something pristine to it," but I could not stand this all year long. Near our house, our neighbors had goats, so there was a bit of a smell. SC1 and SC2 found it boring to play with me outside. They didn't know what to do without their consoles and toys, and thus mocked me for not having many cool games or gadgets to play with. Also, my parents were not rich, so no way I would have had an Xbox or PlayStation back then. I had a second-hand Game Boy, but that was about it. My entitled aunt, however, well, she was rich, at least compared to us. In short, I didn't really get along too well with the 2 brats, but okay. So I already knew that SC1 and SC2 would also get a present for what was technically my birthday. It's not really a tradition here, but it's also not uncommon that all the kids celebrating get something. When I visited them for one of SC's birthdays, I also got a small gift, so totally fair. Also, I knew that both cousins would get bigger presents whenever one of the cousins celebrated to prevent them from fighting over a toy or be jealous or whatnot. I don't know. But I totally expected them to unwrap their own presents. What I did not expect was this. The day before my birthday, my mom had to run errands and prepare some things, so she left me with EA and the cousins. EA announced that we were going to go shopping for presents at a recently opened Toys R Us store about a 2-hour drive away. I had never been there, so I was super excited. My mom was relieved and grateful. So we got in the car, and then EA said something like, "Okay kids, you know the deal. Everyone just pick out one thing, no skateboards or vehicles, no gaming consoles." So of course I thought I was included in this, and of course I started to imagine what I could get, but I was plain wrong. She was just talking to the cousins. EA did not tell me, but I started to figure when she asked if I'd like to wait in the car when we arrived at the store. But there was nothing to do in the car and they could not tell me how long it would take, so I tagged along. For the next 40 minutes or so, I had to watch my cousins each pick out and choose one thing they would get for my birthday. They both ended up with Lego sets. The boxes almost didn't fit in the trunk. I didn't even know there were sets this size. I did not cry, but I was feeling terrible. So I was very quiet when we arrived back home. My mom surely figured what happened, and I could hear her yell at EA later that evening, but it was late and I couldn't hear what it was about. The next day, my birthday. The cousins started to play with their Legos, ate most of the birthday cake, and mostly ignored me unwrapping my presents. My mom got me a really nice dark green summer jacket. I always wanted one in this color so I could hide better in the forest where I would play with my friends, so I was super happy. EA gave me a Barbie set. Because, well, I am a girl. It sure was quite expensive and large, but if she only knew me a tiny bit better, she would have known that Barbie isn't really for me. I had about 7 toy guns, a bow, some action figures, and Legos, but no Barbie. Well, she had a slight Lara Croft resemblance, at least it wasn't a blonde one, so in the end I found a way to play with the thing. My mom later told me that she had no idea that EA would do this. She thought EA did not have a present for me and would take me to the store to pick a thing so I'd get something I liked. Entitled mom confused about escalators. I was at the mall yesterday that has 2 floors. There's a middle section of the mall that has an up escalator and a down escalator with a Starbucks store in the middle. However, the store is not that tall, so you can see the escalators on both sides. All I'm gonna say is I seriously hope that what I saw was not real, but by the way people were staring, I think it was real. Characters: EM, entitled mom. SG, security guard. H, husband of entitled mom. Know me? I didn't talk because I was so flabbergasted at this story, my mouth dropped to the floor. EM tries to walk up the down escalators, but can't get up the stairs. I'm about to say something because I think she might be tired or distracted and not realize what the heck is going on, but then she screams for security guard. EM, why are these stairs preventing me from going upstairs? Oh, that's the down escalator, ma'am. They're used to bring people downstairs. But I want to go up these stairs. Take the escalator just over there. No more than 10 to 20 steps. But that's too far. Why don't you change the direction of this escalator? It's too far to walk, and I have to go to my baby upstairs. Where's your child? Upstairs with my husband, duh. Now change the direction of the escalator. I can't. It won't be that hard. You could have been upstairs by now if you just took the up escalator. Let's not waste any more time and go up the up escalators. I want to speak to the manager. He's literally gonna say the same thing. Husband now appears on top of escalator, with kid being neutral going down the down escalator. Honey, what's going on? This man won't change the escalator. What do you mean? The escalator's going the wrong way. There's another escalator right there that's going up. EM, as if she sees it for the first time. Oh, thank you, honey. Goes to the escalator and rides it up with child. At this point, I leave, so I don't know what happened afterwards. Working at a bar. EM, entitled mom. So I'm gonna add a bit of backstory. I work with my parents at their bar during the summer. This is in the evening and only my dad works in the evening. The menu works that if a child has a children's meal, they get a free ball of ice cream. So, typical afternoon, about 5 o'clock, busy as usual, not really paying attention to people and small talk. We serve this mom in her 40s and kid 5 to 7, they order adult meals, fish and chips and minced beef and onion pie. They finish that and they're still sitting there like 20 minutes later. My dad had to go up to the shop because we were running low on a certain alcohol, and EM comes in, walks up to the bar trying to look aggressive. Doesn't worry me, I'm 6'5" and dealt with worse people. My best guess is she was waiting for my dad to leave so she could come shout at me. EM, I've been waiting for 20 minutes for my kid's ice cream. Me, I'm sorry, but you didn't order ice cream for your menu said that kids got a free ball of ice cream. It does, but it's for kids that eat a children's meal, not a full adult meal. I don't care, my kid wants ice cream. I'm sorry, but if you want ice cream, you'll have to buy some. I'm not buying it. Give me the ice cream. No. Don't raise your voice at a customer. I'm gonna get you fired. I want the manager. Me. I calm down because I know this is gonna be fun, because the manager is my dad. Okay, wait for him to come back from the shops. Awkward silence while I wait for my dad to get back. Dad gets back, can tell something had gone on because the stalls near the bar were all out of place because she had moved them all while being angry. Me, hi dad, this woman wants to talk to you. Entitled mom's face drops when I say dad because she realized she messed up. Dad, oh okay, what seems to be the problem? EM basically says exactly the same thing she said to me, still shouting. Dad, very cool people, so basically just talks to her calmly like nothing happened. If you want ice cream, pay for it. If not, here's your bill. Prints out bill. Entitled mom's face is shocked and proceeds to pay and storms off. The next day there was a review about how bad the bar was and all the other stuff people say. Now you see, I would have given her the ice cream if she had asked nicely. I would have worked something out. Anyways, didn't see her again. Stab my leg with a pencil? Special ed as a spot just for you. Edit, this post was originally posted in Pro Revenge, but I was told it should be posted here instead. Some context before we get into the nitty gritty. I'm very short and innocent looking. A good student that has friends. So whenever I tell a story, the only way I can prove it is the scar on my leg and my second year friend. This took place in year 9. I go to a school where most kids are considered sophisticated. I get to school early so we could have free time in the morning and do whatever we really want. Me and my close friend Z were playing around. He had his 3DS out and I propped my feet on him because we do this all the time. That's when Ricky came along. More context. Ricky is a student who is a teacher's pet and has no grasp on the emotions of others and love to snitch on mundane things. At one point, he had picked on my friend who was autistic and in special ed, and she's very paranoid about new people now. Next thing I know, there's a pencil digging into my left ankle. I screamed and Z pushed Ricky away. Blood started to seep and Ricky ran from the scene. The injury wasn't serious, but I honestly hated Ricky. He messed with most of my friends, and now messed with me. Of course, I reported him to the head principal of the school, and lo and behold, there it was on cameras. Not to mention a couple of bystanders. But it didn't stop there. Oh no no no. This a-hole had messed with the wrong person. I decided to report it to the special ed teacher. We've known each other for a while, so talking to her wasn't abnormal. I told her everything and she listened closely and nodded when I told her the details. The next day, he wasn't in any of my classes. Or the day after that, or the day after that. 2 weeks go by and nobody has seen this kid. I talked to the special ed teacher and the topic of Ricky comes up. Apparently, he was placed in a special ed class. I'm not sure how special ed works, but apparently his parents convinced the school that he was mentally unstable and had autism. And when he did this to a small and defenseless young man, everyone realized Ricky was a danger. Seeing him have to deal with the same kids he hated felt nice. Z and I still joke around about how awful it must have been for him to have to face the same kids he bullied every single day, because to this day, he's still in special ed. Well, that about wraps it up. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and bell. By the way, I just started a Discord server for anyone looking to be part of the LaughNapkin community. Link in the description below. See you next time.